A very good evening and welcome inside FirstEnergy Stadium for tonight's pregame show as we get set for game number 5 of 6 of this week's series between the Reading Fightin Phillies and the Chesapeake Baysox, AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Alongside my broadcast partner, Bob McCool, I'm Jake Starr. Bob will be joining myself in just a little bit as we preview the second to last game of this penultimate homestand of the 2025 season between the Fightin Phillies and Baysox. It was a very good Friday for the Phillies last night, running a 6-4 win over the Chesapeake Baysox. They snapped a 5-game losing streak and also an 8-game skid at home. Picked up their first win at home in 17 days. It was August 12th against Akron. That was the first game at Tuesday night. That series against the Rubber Ducks, the last time the Phillies picked up a victory here at home. They got some big 2-run doubles in the 8th inning. A 2-run double from Eric Brito, and then a 2-run double from Robert Moore, the following at-bat to break the game open 6-2. Reading eventually won 6-4 after the Baysox did play a couple in the top half of the 9th inning. So tonight, Reading will turn to Griff McGarry. Griff McGarry, an 0-4 record, a 3.81 ERA. He gets the ball tonight, and it's Jaron Watts-Brown, 3-3 record, 4.22 ERA on the season. If that name sounds a little bit familiar and you thought, I feel like he's pitched here before, and Chesapeake hasn't been here before, well, you would be correct. Jaron Watts-Brown was acquired by the Orioles from the Blue Jays, so he pitched here with New Hampshire back in June. We'll have more on that as this night continues. So we're going to take our first time out on tonight's pregame show. When we come back, we are joined by Aiden Miller, once again, the reigning Eastern League Player of the Week and the Phillies' #2 overall prospect. In part 2 of our conversation with Miller, that continues, and our pregame show rolls on after this. Back on the pregame show here on the Fightin Phillies radio network. Reading and Chesapeake, game number 5, a couple of minutes away from getting underway. It's a tribute to Disney's Mickey Mouse tonight here at the ballpark. So I got some Mickey Mouse clips playing up on FirstEnergy Vision. Once again, I'm Jake Starr, joined alongside by Bob McCool. Bob, welcome back. Going back from football to baseball tonight. You missed a pretty good win for the Fightin Phillies last night, 6-4 the final. Now tonight the big key is going to be how do you kind of build on that, try and pick up win number 2 in a row.
Yeah, well, obviously good pitching helps, and they got that last night with the combination of pitching, with both the starting pitching and the bullpen, and then eventually able to scratch across a couple of runs, and it's a good way to play the game of baseball, and obviously it's a good winning success for him. Griff McGarry gets to start tonight, and it's just, I mean, it's such an enigma with Griff McGarry. There are nights when he has been absolutely brilliant, and then there's other nights where he just has not. So that's kind of what you wait and see. You wait and see how Griff McGarry looks over the course of the first couple innings, and you hope you have the good Griff.
Yeah, I mean, August has been a month of highs and lows for Griff McGarry. August 7th at New Hampshire, 11 strikeouts. August 13th at Akron, 6 shutout innings and 12 strikeouts, but walked 5 last Tuesday at Altoona, walked 3 more. Also allowed 6 runs on 6 hits last Sunday at the Curve. So going to look to try to dig in and find the McGarry that we saw that Akron series, and that was the last time he pitched at home and had arguably probably one of the best starts of his professional career. So we'll try and see that tonight. On the other side, you face a guy in Jeremy Watts-Brown, who it's the first time that Reading faced him with Chesapeake, but the Phils, though, Bob, still have some familiarity with Watts-Brown from this year.
Yeah, that's one advantage you got going on is that they saw him because he is a guy that came to Chesapeake at the trade deadline. And so coming from New Hampshire, and the Phils played the Fisher Cats quite a lot over the course of the season. And so they have the familiarity of seeing him as opposed to Chesapeake, who has not seen Griff McGarry pitch before. So that is a little bit of a slight advantage in the Fightin Phillies way.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting for the Fightin Phillies to take the field here. Watts-Brown pitched at Reading back on June the 11th with New Hampshire. He allowed 3 runs over 5 innings in that ball game as well. Ada Miller, once again, not in the lineup for the 3rd straight day for the Fightin Phillies. Another name, of course, to look out for. A couple of our Phils looking good right now. Caleb Brickett's on a 16-game hit streak. That's the longest by a Fightin Phil since 2018. If he gets hit tonight, it'll be the longest hit streak since Rhys Hoskins when he had a 19-game hit streak back during the 2016 season. Also, Felix Reyes continues to be in the conversation for a batting title. He's hitting .333 on the season. That mark leads the Eastern League all of AA and is tied for 3rd amongst all full-season minor leaguers. Well led by Griff McGarry, the Fightin Phillies have took the mound for tonight's game number 5. We'll step aside for a moment, wrap up tonight's pregame show. Bob McCool's got lineups and first pitch coming up after this here on the Fightin Phillies radio network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium as the penultimate weekend of baseball here in Baseball Town comes a-calling as the Chesapeake Baysox and the Reading Fightin Phillies goes toe-to-toe for Game 5 of this 6-game series. Chesapeake won the first 3, and the Reading Fightin Phillies with a 6-4 win last night. Chesapeake, as a result, is 22-33 in the second half. The Fightin Phillies slightly better at 23-32. The lineup for the Baysox: Enrique Bradfield, right back in that leadoff spot. He's in center field. Brandon Butterworth plays shortstop. He's batting second. Reed Trimble bats third. He's in right field. Adam Retzbach is in first base tonight, batting cleanup. Ethan Anderson behind the plate bats fifth. Max Wagner is the designated hitter, batting sixth. Douglas Hodo in left field bats seventh. Carter Young, the third baseman, bats eighth. Jose Perez is batting ninth, and at second base, that lineup facing right-hander for the Fightin Phils, Griff McGarry.
Griff McGarry making his 15th start for the Fightin Phils. 0-4 record, a 3.81 earned run average, 56 2/3 innings pitched, 37 hits allowed, 37 walks, and 79 strikeouts.
It's another beautiful night in Baseball Town. The sun splashed skies, and it's always great to see that as we work our way through the final few days of August and into Labor Day weekend. Game time temperature presented to you by All Temp Enterprises is a beautiful 71 degrees. It's been a nice sunny day throughout the day here in Berks County. Not much of a breeze blowing at all, about 2 to 5 miles an hour. As we are moments away, Griff McGarry is now done his warm-up tosses. Fightin Phils playing in their Mickey Mouse themed jerseys, all white uniforms. A white jersey, Mickey on the front, red Fightin Phils, and the blue sleeves, which certainly give it a little bit of a different look. Griff McGarry wearing the blue sleeves underneath, the long sleeves underneath, as he's about to deliver his first pitch to Enrique Bradfield. And that first pitch delivered at 6:48 is there for a called strike one. Bradfield 5 for 18 in this series, 274 in total. And the 0-1 pitch is also there for a called strike two as McGarry quickly works ahead. Bradfield with 2 home runs and 14 RBIs on the season. He's also, in addition to having 2 doubles in this series, he's also stolen 3 bases. To say he's got good speed would be an underestimation. He has got lightning fast speed. And the 0-2 pitch to the left-hand hitter just misses outside. Bradfield does not chase. They give scouting reports on minor league baseball players in terms of scouts. They give them number grades, 50 kind of being the optimum tipping point. The 1-2 pitch is outside. And obviously the higher over 50 you are, the better it is in each indication. And Bradfield has a base stealing or speed factor of 70, which is extraordinarily high. And in the scouting report from the Orioles, there is one who said that there was some thought that he might even have earned an 80, which is something I've never seen. I've seen some 70s, but I've never seen an 80. And that's how fast Enrique Bradfield is. And all of a sudden, Griff McGarry has fallen behind him after getting ahead 0-2. He's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. He gets him strike 3. Bradfield goes down swinging. Or did he get a piece? I guess he got a piece of it.
Got a piece of it, yeah.
Did not think he did, and it must have went in and out of the glove of Griff McGarry, so Bradfield is still alive. Pretty healthy cut at the high fastball from McGarry. McGarry's going to be in that 94-95 range with the fastball. Slider to cutter. And back with the 3-2 pitch. This one is fouled straight back. It just hit off the top of the backstop.
Everyone just in front of us, because that's where it was going, all had the exact same reaction at the same time.
I was much more concerned about the vendor in front of us who's handing out food to the kids and not paying attention. And I was very concerned about him. It's a 3-2. And he misses just outside. McGarry wanted it. Ricketts wanted it. But unfortunately, for the Phils, it is ball 4 to put Bradfield on base to start the ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. You thought you would strike 3 earlier. You hit a perfect spot on 3-2, and you don't get the call from the home plate umpire. I mean, you really couldn't have drawn up a better spot there if you were Griff McGarry.
And of course, with that means you got to pay attention to Bradfield, who's got 26 stolen bases, as Brandon Butterworth will now bat for the Baysox. And he takes a cut at the first pitch. Baysox wearing the black jerseys with the orange trim and the color scheme of the Baltimore Orioles. Brandon Butterworth at 5 for 13 in the series, hitting at 263 on the season. He's hitting every spot in the lineup in this series. He's hit 9th, he's hit 6th, he hit cleanup last night, batting 2nd tonight. A 1 pitch to him is outside, ball 1. No indication yet that Bradfield has stealing in mind. He does have a good lead off of first. Sun is in his eyes, trying to shield his eyes as he's looking at McGarry. And the pitch to plate is lifted into center field. Jose Rodriguez has to take a couple steps to his right to make the catch for out number 1. Rest of the defense for the Phillies. Bryson Ware is in left. As again, Jose Rodriguez, who just made that catch in center. Leandro Pineda is in right. Alex Pinellas at first. Nick Dunn at second. Eric Brito gets to start at short tonight with Carson DiMartini at third, and Caleb Ricketts behind the plate. That brings Reed Trimble to the plate. Trimble's had a good series. He's 5 for 12. A couple of extra base hits, a double and home run. He's also driven in 6. 27 RBIs on the season for Trimble. Switch hitter batting left against McGarry. And he swings at the first pitch, lifts it down the third base line and foul. DiMartino will give it chase, but quickly realizes he does not have enough room. That sun may be the advantage that Griff McGarry has right now on Bradfield. I don't know that he can get a good read on what McGarry's going to do, because he's literally shielding his eyes as he's taking the lead. Albert Christensen, the first base coach, he at least has shades on, maybe to help out. No indication yet from Bradfield as he comes with his 0-1 pitch to Trimble, who swings and foul tips it into the glove of Ricketts, and Griff McGarry quickly gets ahead of Trimble, no balls and 2 strikes.
And just like kind of watching from up here, it feels like Bradfield's even getting a bit of a later secondary than he would want. I think a lot of that's just trying to make sure that he's registering what he's seeing.
0-2 pitch coming now to Trimble. Lifts this one straight up in the air. Nick Dunn, the second baseman, back. You talk about an elevator shaft. That thing is in the air for a long time, and eventually it comes down in the glove of Nick Dunn.
The elevator shaft clip plays on the video board. Could have predicted that one. It's a high sky today, too, because there's no clouds.
Correct.
So ball is, if it's up in the air, it's going to be up there.
So that'll bring up Adam Retzbach. Cleanup hitter hitting at 227 on the year. Does have some decent numbers beyond the batting average. He's got 18 doubles, 13 home runs, and 55 RBIs. And the first pitch to him is outside, on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Retzbach has only 2 RBIs in this series, where he's hitting 3 for 16 so far through the first 4 games of the series. And McGarry, long look this time, comes with his 0-1 pitch. It's a chopper towards third. DiMartini charges, off balance throw is high. Pinellas goes up and tries to make the sweep tag and cannot. And Retzbach is going to be safe at first. Bradfield obviously moves up to second base. We'll see how they call that.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued. They're going to give it a base hit, which I feel like is the right call. It was a tough play for DiMartini. I mean, I feel like you can't punish a defender for, making a tough play, and that's kind of the case is right there.
So the first hit of the ball game puts Retzbach at first, Bradfield at second now with 2 outs, and Ethan Anderson at the plate. Been a rough go so far for Anderson. He's just 1 for 16 in the series since his call up from IA Aberdeen. And another switch hitter batting left against McGarry takes that one for a called strike 1. Anderson called up on August the 19th from Aberdeen, where he's hit 257 there in 70 games. Looking for his first AA RBI as well. And McGarry just misses outside. It's 1-1. And with Bradfield at second base, anything on the grass is probably going to score him. Gary takes a look back at second, comes 1-1. Little broken bat looper, backhanded by Dunn. He'll have a play at shortstop at second base for the force out. done to Brito covering to end the inning for the Baysox in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and they left 2 on board. We'll take a timeout on the Reading Fightin Phillies Radio Network when we come back to Baseball Town. Home team bats for the first time. Here is tonight's Fightin Phillies starting lineup presented by Golden Oaks Landscaping. Jose Rodriguez in the leadoff spot tonight for the Phils. Harrison DiMartini bats second. Felix Reyes, the Eastern League hitting leader, is batting third and is the designated hitter for the Phils tonight. Alex Pinellas in the cleanup spot, followed by Caleb Ricketts batting fifth. Then it's Bryson Ware batting sixth. Nick Dunn bats seventh. Eric Brito is in the 8-hole, and Leandro Pineda bats ninth. That lineup facing right-handed pitcher for Chesapeake, Jerron Watts Brown.
Between AA New Hampshire and the Blue Jay system and Chesapeake, 15 appearances, 3-3, a 4.22 ERA, 70 and 1/3 innings pitched, 53 hits allowed, 34 walks, 77 strikeouts, 205 opponent's average.
And the first pitch is swung on by Rodriguez, hit in the hole at short. Brandon Brotherworth has plenty of time, and he'll make the throw to first base for out number one. On one pitch, Jose Rodriguez is retired. The rest of the defense for the Baysox has Douglas Hodo in left, Enrique Bradfield in center, Reed Trimble in right. Adam Retzbach is at first base, Jose Perez at second. Butterworth, who just made that play, is at short. Carter Young's at third, and Ethan Anderson behind the plate. Carson DiMartini now at the plate for the Phils. And the first pitch to him is up high, ball one. Watts Brown, the 23-year-old right-hander, plays college baseball at Oklahoma State. Visalia, California native. Comes with his 1-0 pitch. Curveball that missed up and in. It's ball missed outside, I should say. It's 2-0.
Might be a tight zone tonight, Bob. That was the case last night, too.
2 balls and no strikes. That's way outside. Easy take there for DiMartini, who's got a 3-0 count on him now. Brandon Spivak is behind the plate tonight. Tatum Littleton is at first. Nate Dieterich is at third. 3 balls and no strikes to DiMartini. That's on the outside corner for a called strike one.
If you're going to call a call consistently, right? Like that one is not in the zone at all, and he calls it a strike, but the one that McGarry threw last inning is called a ball. It's just, I think it's the inconsistency is the part that I think bugs a lot of people. It's not what the zone is. It's whatever you establish early, keep it.
3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. DiMartini now has a full count on him. Hitting at 203 on the year with a couple home runs and 19 RBIs since his promotion from Jersey Shore. Been another rough home series for DiMartini to this point, just 1 for 13. And a swing and a miss. He is down on strikes, so Watts Brown falls behind 3-0. Is back and strikes out DiMartini for out number 2. And here comes that Eastern League hitting leader, Felix Reyes. 333 on the season with 13 home runs and 49 RBIs. Hitting right at his average of 5 for 15 in this series. And the first pitch is over his head to the backstop in the air.
Reyes had seen Watts Brown before and had a lot of success against him. 2 for 3, a home run, 2 runs driven in, and a triple against Jerron Watts Brown this season.
Working from the stretch comes 1-0, and Reyes takes a healthy cut and fouls it out of play. Watts Brown started the season at High A Vancouver, and as Jake said, pitched for New Hampshire. Made 8 starts at Vancouver, 11 more with New Hampshire before the trade. And Reyes hits it hard on the third baseline, backhanded by Carter Young. Has plenty of time and will make the throw across the diamond for out number 3. So the Phils go in order in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. 1 complete, scoreless in Reading. International Fireworks is the official sponsor of the Phillies Fireworks Show during the 2025 season. Head to their store at 242 Sycamore Road in Douglasville or visit fireworksrus.com. It's a Mega Blast fireworks night here at the ballpark and a good crowd on hand. Absolutely gorgeous night. Chamber of Commerce kind of night here at the ballpark. It's at game time temperature 71 degrees. Almost feels like maybe you should bring long sleeves just in case when the sun goes down. It's that time of the year where there's just on the verge of maybe a little bit of crispness. Beautiful night at the ballpark. Max Wagner will lead it off for the Baysox to face McGarry. Will be followed by Douglas Hodo and then Carter Young. That's 6, 7, and 8 in Chesapeake's lineup. Gary threw 19 pitches in inning number 1. His 20th pitch to lead off inning number 2 was on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Wagner at 228 on the season. Designated hitter for the Baysox tonight has 5 home runs and 26 RBIs on the year. The 0-1 pitch from McGarry. Swing and a miss. McGarry is working ahead. He did give up the walk to Bradfield to start the ball game, but he started out 0-2 and then lost it. And his 0-2 pitch. Lifted straight up, shallow right field. Pineda doesn't see it right away, but now he's got it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, that's the thing with Griff McGarry. You're able to tell pretty early. It feels like today he's got a really good feel for all of his pitches. He's attacking the zone early and often. A little bit of misfortune in that first inning. It should have been a 1-2-3 inning. When you kind of look back at that inning, if Bradfield does strike out on what was called ball 4, should have been strike 3. But no, I mean, he's attacking the zone. He's winning the race to 2 strikes. Now, trying to keep finishing guys and getting those easy, not easy outs, but quick outs.
There's Douglas Hodo. Right-handed hitter swings at the first pitch. He comes up empty.
Never an easy out at this level.
Hodo at 211 on the season, 9 home runs, 31 RBIs. One of those home runs coming in this series, in which he's 3 for 11. Swing and a miss. Right on cue. Ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. So he started Hodo off with a fastball. Comes back with the curveball to get the swing and a miss on both pitches. Now Hodo will call time. Back in the batter's box with a very open right-handed stance. And down low and away. Gary a little frustrated with himself as he threw a pitch way out of the strike zone. Hodo, a product of the University of Texas. Wonder how he feels right now.
Actually, I was talking to Dylan Campbell about that earlier.
1 ball and 2 strikes. That's down low again. It's 2-2, in case you're wondering. I'd say that because Texas was #1 in the country going into today. Didn't last very long. They lost to Ohio State 14-7. See what happens to the rankings now. Does Ohio State jump to #1? Probably so. Penn State with a comfortable win this afternoon over the University of Nevada.
They'll probably stay at 2.
2-2 up high. A appeal said he did not go around. So again, for the second time in this ball game, McGarry has gotten ahead of a hitter, no balls and 2 strikes, and then found himself in a 3-2 count. That's what happened with Bradfield. Then he walked him. Trying to reverse that here. 3-2. Checked his swing and a hit. Highlight hit the knob of the bat, but apparently hit his hands. I think McGarry thought the same thing, like he swung into it. And here comes Al Padrique to argue the same point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're going to say, is that he brought himself into it.
Right. He turned into the ball. The ball didn't come to him. He came to the ball. But right now, Douglas Hodo is taking the gloves off, and here comes the trainer to take a look at him. So he's on base.
It's back to the dugout. Brief explanation there.
Before we do that, let's see, because Brandon Spivak I thought he was calling Tatum Littleton, the first base umpire, in. He waved something, so I thought he was calling his.
They've been waving off the pitch clock, maybe.
Okay. Thought perhaps he was calling Littleton in to say, how did you see it, or did you think it hit the bat, whatever the case may be.
The Baysox assistant athletic trainer, Trinity Saltaformaggio, was out there taking a look at Douglas Hodo, but he will stay in this ball game.
So at first base with 1 out, now Carter Young will bat. Young, one of 5 left-handed sticks that McGarry will face. As is the man in the on-deck circle, Jose Perez. Hodo, good lead off of first, does have good wheels. And McGarry's first pitch is down low and inside. It's ball 1. Young at 155 on the season. 2 hits in this series, 2 for 11 in total. Slaps that one foul. Even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mention it's a Mega Blast fireworks night. Want to thank the folks at Blue Ridge Remodeling, our Mega Blast fireworks sponsor tonight. Nick Graziano and the guys at Blue Ridge Remodeling here at the game enjoying it, as this is a chopper that's foul. Young now on a 1 ball and 2 strike count. Blue Ridge Remodeling, serving all of southeastern Pennsylvania and beyond, specializing in bathroom, kitchen, and basement remodeling. Check out their work. Do so at BlueRidgeRemodeling.com. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Carter Young. Up high, it's 2-2. Runner takes off. The pitch is out of the outside corner for a called strike. Pit throw is high. Burrito had to go up and get it. So good news, bad news. Good news is Carter Young is retired on strikes. Bad news is Douglas Hodo moves up to second base on the steal.
Yeah, 25th stolen base of the year for Hodo. Good pitch there by Griff McGarry. Puts an off-speed pitch right on the outside corner to get Young. So you do give up the stolen base, but you pick up out number 2. So you got the 9-hitter Perez here. See if you can get him out and not let the lineup flip over until the next inning.
McGarry does register his first strikeout. And as Jake said, the 9-hole hitter Jose Perez is the hitter. The first pitch to him is a bit outside for a ball. Perez hitting at 227 on the season. Has 2 RBIs on the year as a Baysox. As there's a runner in scoring position here. Here's one lifted down at third base line. Long run for Bryson Ware. The left fielder can't quite get there. Does land in foul territory. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Bryson Ware made a couple of terrific plays in last night's ball game. Had a diving catch to take a hit away. Also had a leaping catch to take an extra base hit away from over his head. He's played a pretty good left field so far. Very versatile defender. He's played all over the infield. He's played all over the outfield throughout this year.
I think the dugout just told him, you know what, you think you should probably be a little closer to the line. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's outside. It's 2-1. Guerrero was playing a little bit more towards left center field. Which is one of the reasons why he couldn't get to that ball. It was just too long of a run. And I think the dugout said, yeah, you probably want to cheat over that way a little bit more. With the left-hand hitting Jose Perez at the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Lifts another one foul and out of play. Runner at second base, Douglas Hodo takes the lead. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block by Ricketts. Hodo has to stay put. Its count is again 3-2.
Man, that's kind of been the Baysox MO for a lot of this week. They have worked a lot of really long at-bats.
They really have.
A lot of 3-ball counts. And it's an offense that really struggled for much of the first half of the year. They've turned things up in the month of August. I think a lot of that is because they've been working really good counts, being patient, fighting pitches off, and just trying to get their pitch to hit.
3 balls and 2 strikes from McGarry. Lifted another one foul and out of play. Yeah, they have certainly made Phil's pitchers work a lot, making them throw a lot of pitches. To Jake's case, working counts and doing what Jose Perez is doing right now, fouling off pitches and extending the at-bat. So McGarry threw 19 pitches to get through the first inning. He's at 39 now. Obviously 20 pitches in this inning, 21. He's on the inside corner for a call. It's strike 3. Perez goes down looking, and that will be the final out on the second strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts for McGarry. For the Baysox in the second, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave another on base. We're through an inning and a half, no score. Bottom half of the second inning brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Phillies to the plate here in the bottom of the second in a scoreless tie. Alex Pinellas, Caleb Ricketts, and Bryson Ware to bat for the Fightins. That's 4, 5, and 6 in Al Padrique's lineup. Skipper in the dugout tonight, Michael Jones coaching at third, Carl Ellison coaching at first. Pinellas having a good series. He's 5 for 15 as he strides the plate, batting average at .277, 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. Signed by the Phillies after being released by the Boston Red Sox organization. He was at AAA Worcester at the time of that he was released. He's fit in nicely here in Reading as he swings to the first pitch and comes up empty.
It's been a really just nice piece of this locker room, a nice piece of this lineup. Just steady, reliable, great teammate, great person just to have around. He was a great addition to this team back in May.
0-1 pitch to him. Another one to the backstop. That's the second time that Jerron Watts-Brown has delivered a pitch that hit the backstop first.
And they've both been arm side too. The first one that kind of went over Felix Reyes in the right-handed batter's box. This time the lefty Pinellas up. It just sails outside.
So it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Pinellas. breaking ball that he started and stopped, and they'll appeal and say, no, he did not go around. Nate Dietrich, the third base umpire, says no, so it's 2-1 to Alex Pinellas leading off the second. One extra base hit in this series. It was a double. His 9th double as a Fightin' Phil. 2-1 pitch. Lifted straight up in the foul territory. Ethan Anderson off with a mask. He'll run out of room. It's 2-2. Just following up with what Jake was talking about with Pinellas. When he first got here, it was before Carson DiMartini had been promoted from Jersey Shore, so he was pretty much playing third base all but exclusively. But then when DiMartini came up, well, that
and
was
also Keaton Anthony going up.
Correct. That took away third base, so it allowed him to move over to first base. There's a swing and a miss, and Pinellas is down on strikes. Second strikeout for Jerron Watts-Brown.
Yeah, Keaton Anthony goes up. Seth Beer and Pinellas were kind of sharing time. Beer later released, so it's been Pinellas a lot at first. They've been sprinkling Reyes in as well because I think the Phillies like him at that position. Left field, first base, just trying to find that best spot that Felix Reyes can kind of find himself into eventually. That
brings Caleb Ricketts to the plate and make it 3 pitches now that have hit the backstop. I think we need a Bull Durham version coming up now. Oh, Luke LaRouche going on right now. 1 ball and no strikes to Caleb Ricketts, who's got a 16-game hitting streak as he stands in. And the 1-0 pitch misses again. It's 2-0.
You'll take it if you're the Fightin' Phils.
Misses as a relative term, I suppose.
Subjectively misses.
2 balls and no strikes. And that's outside. It's 3-0.
That was outside. I know the catcher Anderson tried to stick it for a second, but that one was a good, probably about 1.5 inches outside.
Ricketts with the 16-game hitting streak has the average up to 255. And the 3-0 pitch taken all the way is there for a called strike 1.
Ricketts' 16-game hitting streak, longest by an RFL since 2018. He's one away from the longest by an RFL since Reese Hoskins had a 19-game one in 2016.
Hard ground ball right to the first baseman, Adam Retzbach. He needs Watts-Brown covering for outnumbered 2. I'll bring up Bryson Ware. Ware 2 for 7 in the series with a double. 275 batting average now and a home run and 4 RBI since his call up from Jersey Shore. Hit 229 with 8 home runs as a member of the Blue Claws. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Even a count at 1 ball, 1 strike as he comes up empty on the slider from Watts-Brown. By the way, Watts-Brown acquired by the Baltimore Orioles organization at the trade deadline from the Toronto Blue Jays organization for a guy by the name of Sir Anthony Dominguez. Here's a hard line shot down the third base line, but just foul.
Dominguez, who pitched for the RFLs in 2018, came back to rehab in 2021. So a little bit of a Reading connection there with Jerron Watts-Brown.
Dominguez traded to the Orioles last year and now traded to Toronto this year. 1-2 pitch and a very defensive swing and a miss from Bryson Ware for the 3rd out in the inning. The 3rd strikeout is Ware for Watts-Brown. And that'll do it for the Phils as they again go in order here in the second. We are through 2. Still scoreless in Reading. I want to thank our good friends at Pepsi for presenting the 2025 season here in Baseball Town. Go fight Phils. Drink more Pepsi. We head to the third inning. Griff McGarry back out on the mound for the Fightin' Phils. They're working his way through a little bit of adversity in inning one and inning two. Not a whole lot, but he struck out two, has walked one and hit a batter. But just one hit so far given up by McGarry as the top lineup switches around now to the top with Enrique Bradfield, who was the walk to start the ball game. And the first pitch from McGarry is there for a called strike one. Philadelphia Phillies and Atlanta Braves are now headed to the bottom of the fifth inning at Citizens Bank Park in a 1-0 game. Weston Wilson with the lone run produced by the Phillies offense against Christopher Sale for Atlanta. Weston Wilson with a home run. And McGarry's one pitch is there for a called strike. So for the second straight time, Enrique Bradfield falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Unfortunately for McGarry, he eventually ended up losing him, getting it to 3-2 and then a ball 4. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This time he pops it straight up in the infield. DeMartini charges to the mound. Has to get McGarry out of his way and make the catch. McGarry was there just as a kind of a just-in-case moment, and then he heard DeMartini coming, and he bailed alertly. DeMartini makes the catch for out number 1. Now bring out Brandon Butterworth, who flew out to center field his first time up. So Christopher Sanchez, just to finish what's going on in Philly. Christopher Sanchez doing his usual work. 5 innings, has now walked a batter, given up 5 hits, and obviously a shutout. So matchup of lefties with Christopher Sale just coming back off the IL and making the return just in time to face the Phils. How appropriate is that, or convenient, whichever way you want to look at that, going up against Christopher Sanchez. So good pitching matchup there. So far we got one here as well in the top of the third in a scoreless tie. The 1-0 pitch to Brandon Butterworth is outside for ball 2. Butterworth, acquired by the Orioles organization from San Diego at the trade deadline. And the 2-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. He was one of 6 players that Baltimore acquired from San Diego. The Orioles giving up Ryan O'Hearn and outfielder Ramon Laureano in that trade. So Butterworth had been playing at Lake Elsinore, San Diego's high A affiliate. Hit .267 with 11 home runs there. Now hitting at .263 as a Baysox as he fouls that one straight back, and the count is 2-2. He's had a good series. He's 5 for now 14 after making out his first time up in this game. He's got 3 doubles and a couple RBIs as well. 3 of his 6 doubles as a Baysox. 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. Swing and a miss. He gets him to chase the slider outside. And McGarry gets his 3rd strikeout. And the second out here in the 3rd. That'll bring up Reed Trimble. Trimble popped up his first time up. And he drives this one, crushed it to right field. Pineda won't even bother as Reed Trimble hits it off the back brick wall for his 2nd home run of this series. A no doubt about it shot from Reed Trimble. His 9th home run of the season, and the Baysox are on the board first, 1-0. Trimble's 2nd home run of the series, and they were both tape measure home runs. Again, that one hit off the back brick wall, cleared it over the rack train sign. And Reed Trimble has put the Baysox on top 1-0. That'll bring up Adam Retzbach. Retzbach singled his first time up on an infield single. And the first pitch from McGarry is a swing and a miss by Retzbach. A 1 pitch is way outside. The count is even at 1-1. And same thing, outside again, it's 2-1. So the second hit of the ball game for the Baysox. First one was by Retzbach, a little chopper down the third baseline. Second one, a little bit more impactful on the home run by Trimble. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul tip into the glove of Ricketts. It's 2-2. Roberto Mercado, the manager for the Baysox, coaching at third. Calvin Christensen coaching at first. McGarry's 2-2 pitch. Way outside again. It's 3-2. McGarry mad at himself. So he misses badly on the slider. Retzbach taking it all the way to run the count full again. It's at least 4, if not 5, 3-2 counts in this game. Broken bat roller towards short. Brito has to wait for it to get there, and he'll make the play at first base in time. And that will do it for Chesapeake here in the third, but they make the first dent. Comes on the solo home run from Trimble. No, 1 run on that 1 hit. No errors and nobody left. To the bottom of the third, we head in baseball town. It's 1-0 Chesapeake on top. Bottom half of the third inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. You can expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. Phil's looking for their first base hit. They now trail at 1-0. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Fightins here in the third. Nick Dunn, Eric Brito, and Leandro Pineda. Dunn hitting at .259 on the season with 6 home runs and 19 RBIs. The 6-game series with Chesapeake winding up tomorrow at 5:15. That'll be the final 5:15 game of the series on a Sunday. The finale, the season finale in a couple of weeks, is at a 1:15 start. First pitch to Nick Dunn is over for a called strike. The 1 pitch is way outside, ball 1. Atlanta Braves have just tied up the game in Philly, 1-1 at the top of the 6th. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Nick Dunn. Broke a little looper into center. I actually hit further than I thought. Bradfield had to go back on. Off the bat, I thought it was a Paul he was going to have to charge, and it turns out he had to go back on a little bit, but he makes the catch without much of a problem for wild number 1.
Yeah, I mean, when they teach you hitting growing up, that's kind of exactly what they're looking for in a swing, right? Down on the baseball, you create that backspin, which creates that carry that pretty much carried it over Bradfield. They hit it hard, 101 off the bat, hit it the other way. So good swing, just hung up a little bit too long for Bradfield to get there.
Here comes Eric Brito, had the big hit in last night's game. Swings and misses at the first pitch here, comes up empty. And Brito at .244 on the season, with a double and a couple RBIs in last night's game.
It's kind of the crazy thing about baseball, and especially kind of like why at times batting average can be a misleading stat, because guys sometimes that just hit in the bad luck or they hit in the good luck.
Brito again chases pretty much the same pitch on the slider from Watts Brown. He's behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
You have a guy who squares one up, 110 off the bat, just goes right to the center fielder. Next guy will hit one off the end of the bat, 65 off the bat, and it'll bloop into shallow right field for a base hit.
0-2 to Brito. Off the end of his bat here, the only one that's got to play is Watts Brown off the mound, will make the throw to first in time. Brito is retired, a little squirter off the end of his bat. 2 outs here in this 3rd inning. I'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Leandro Pineda.
And to kind of just finish off that thought, I am a believer, though, that I feel like the good luck and bad luck over the course of for Major League's sake, in a 162-game season, or 138 for our purpose here, I feel like more often than not they do balance themselves out when your sample size is so large. Like, you say, man, I hit that well, that's bad luck, but at the same time, you're going to have some where you shrug your shoulders and say, didn't deserve to be on, but I'll take it.
100% take it. 1-0 pitch coming up here to Pineda. That's there for strike 1. Watts Brown throws him a 1-0 curveball that Pineda was not expecting. 1-1 is lined into left field. Going to be a long run for Hodo, and he'll get there for out number 3. Pineda hit that well, but tracked down by the left fielder Douglas Hodo, and the Phillies again go in order in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll head to the 4th when we come back. It's still 1-0, Chesapeake on top. Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. Top half of the 4th inning. Griff McGarry back to work. And here comes a change at the microphone. Chris, Jake Starr will take over play-by-play.
Thank you very much, Bob. Top half of the 4th inning, 1-0 Baysox on top. A reminder that every Tuesday, all active military and veterans get $3 off box seats thanks to Burke's Oral Surgery and Dental Implant Center. Ethan Anderson leads things off in this 4th inning with the Baysox holding a 1-0 lead, 5-6-7 to the plate. As Griff McGarry is back out for a 2nd time facing Anderson here in his 4th inning of work. And McGarry's first one home is a bit outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Just one more Tuesday game left here in 2025, and it's the morning game. 11 a.m. first pitch against Somerset next Tuesday, September the 9th. 1-0. And that one misses just outside again. It's 2-0.
What time are you going to get to the ballpark that day, Jake?
Probably maybe a little bit after you do that day. You'll probably be here around 5:40.
Give or take, yeah.
Probably get here maybe around 6 that
Do
day.
a little setup.
2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. I don't have to get you in anywhere. You just have to show up.
That's true. You don't really. That's probably why you want us out there. You want us out front so you don't have to be
hey,
here.
last year you were in the event center. I didn't have to come in.
That's true.
You guys went in yourselves.
This is true.
Here's the 2-1, and that is a bit down. 3 balls and a strike here to Ethan Anderson. Anderson 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game, grounded into a footer's choice his first time up. It's been a tough week for Anderson, just his 2nd week in Double-A. He's 1 for 17 overall. He has struck out 5 times. 3-1 to him and make that 2 for 18. He swings and he lines one into center field for a leadoff single. So Ethan Anderson is aboard, and that'll bring Max Wagner to the plate.
105 off the bat. That one went right back through the box. That Griff McGarry ducking, rightfully so.
Got Mega Blast fireworks after tonight's game, thanks to our 2025 season partner, Blue Ridge Remodeling. They're proudly serving Berks County and all of southeastern PA and beyond. Blue Ridge Remodeling specializes in bathroom, kitchen, and basement remodeling. First pitch to Max Wagner is a called strike. It's 0-1.
Have a nice little group down below us.
Yeah.
See them all decked out in their team unis, the black T-shirts with Blue Ridge Remodeling on the back.
0-1 the count here to Max Wagner. Next pitch home. Gets the outside corner with a fastball. It's 0-2. Wagner popped up his first time up tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk in his career against Griff McGarry. And the 26-year-old righty's up in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Fires home, and it's low and away, 1-2. Try to go to a curveball. They do appeal the swing, and first base umpire Tatum Littleton says no swing. So it'll stay 1 ball and 2 strikes to Max Wagner. Wagner, .269 hitter against Reading this year. Couple home runs, 5 driven in. And the next pitch is swung on, and it's popped out of play foul. It'll stay 1-2. Wagner's had 3 separate stints on the IL this year. He's been held to 76 games, a .228 hitter. 5 home runs, 26 runs driven in for the righty bat. The 1-2 home. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 4th strikeout picked up tonight by Griff McGarry. It's the first out here in the 4th inning. 65th pitch of the night for McGarry, and that'll bring Douglas Hodo III to the plate. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Fightin fails, trail at 1-0 to the Baysox. Ethan Anderson is on first base. He led off the inning with a single. Hodo was hit by a pitch his first time up tonight, and the pitch to him is at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-1. Hodo currently riding a career best 12-game hitting streak, hitting .367. He's got 8 extra base hits and 9 runs driven in over that hit streak for Douglas Hodo. The 0-1 is up and away. It's a ball and a strike. Hodo, a .211 hitter in total this year. 101 games played for the Baysox. McGarry ready at the belt, fires home. And that is taken, but outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hodo on the week, 3 for 11. Has a double, a home run. He's driven in a couple of RBI. He's also struck out 4 times. 2-1. Misses outside of a fastball. 3-1 to the righty bat. First start of the week for Griff McGarry. Pitched a couple of times last week at Altoona. Went 7 innings in total over 2 starts. Gave up 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 8 in total. Struck out 11, walked 8. The 3-1 is swung on and fouled straight back by Hodo. It's 3-2. Perhaps McGarry's best start of the season came the last time he pitched here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Wednesday the 13th against Akron. Went 6 shutout innings, allowed just 2 hits. Walked 1, and he struck out a season-high 12 batters. He's got 4 tonight, and it's a 3-2 count to Douglas Hodo. McGarry fires home, and that's outside, ball 4.
He's missed badly on the outside half of the plate to right-hand hitters with all 3 pitches. He's done it with his fastball, he's done it with his slider, and as well as with his cutter or his curve. Now Brad Bergeson's going to come out and have a conversation with him. It just seems like he's got to be overthrowing that pitch because he's missing it by a lot. It's like he's just kind of overthrowing it just a bit.
McGarry at 71 pitches. 91 is the most he's gone in a start this year. That was last Tuesday at Altoona. So kind of see where that number is after this 4th inning. As the pitching coach Brad Bergeson's out. Bergeson, 3rd year with Reading. They've all come in 3 different stints. Was the pitching coach in 2021 in Reading, with Jersey Shore in 22, Reading in 23, Jersey Shore in 24, Reading in 25. See if that pattern continues after this season.
It's the first time I saw him with a baseball jersey on. He always has a sweatshirt on. In July, he had a sweatshirt on.
Must like the Mickey Mouse jerseys.
Maybe that's it.
So Carter Young's the batter. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in tonight's ball game. He bats with Ethan Anderson on second. Douglas Hoda, the third, is on first. The infield will play back, and the first pitch is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Pinellas does not hold the runner at first. Brito is shaded towards the middle at short with the lefty up. Nick Dunn straight up at second, in perhaps a step. And DeMartini's even with the bag at third. 1-0. It's swung on and a ground ball to Dunn at second. He'll flip to short for one. Relay to first is in time. And it's an inning ending 4-6-3 double play. That's got to feel good for Griff McGarry. And in the inning for the Baysox, they scored no runs. They had one hit, and there was one man left on base. Through 3.5, Fightin Phillies coming to bat, trailing 1-0. But on the fourth inning, and Klein is proud to be the official transportation provider of the Reading Fightin Phillies. Klein Transportation gets to our Phils to other road trips throughout the 2025 season. For more information, go to kleintransportation.com. 1-0 Baysox on top through 3.5 frames tonight. And at the top of the order, due up for the Phils, it'll be Jose Rodriguez. First to bat for Reading, as it's been 9 up, 9 down so far tonight for Jaron Watts-Brown. Rodriguez was the first he faced, and he got him the ground out to short to lead off the bottom of the first inning. So Rodriguez, the leadoff man tonight, digs in. First pitch to him is a bit down for a ball. It's 1-0. Once again, tonight's Mega Blast Fireworks Show presented by Blue Ridge Remodeling. Their services include 1 to 5 year craftsmanship warranties and a 10% veteran and first responder discount. 1-0 Rodriguez is swung on and grounded foul, third base side. And it's 1-1. Rodriguez sitting at 296 on this season. He's 3 for 13 in total this week. Had a night off last night. 1-1, swinging a miss. It's 1-2. Rodriguez is playing center field tonight. It's his second career game in the outfield, both of which have come this week. Wednesday night and tonight, Jose Rodriguez has started in center field, with Dylan Campbell getting the night off. 1-2, Rodriguez, a check swing, but he went around on a pitch in the dirt, so that is strike number 3. 4 strikeouts tonight for Jaron Watts-Brown. That'll bring Carson DeMartini to the plate. So Jaron Watts-Brown, as we hit on earlier in the broadcast, was traded for Sir Anthony Dominguez, a multi-time Fightin Phil, 2018 and 2021. So Sir Anthony Dominguez was traded at the deadline from the from the Orioles to the Blue Jays. First pitch of DeMartini's, the ball up 1-0. The two teams were playing each other that week. So in Baltimore, so Sir Anthony Dominguez, it happened between games of a doubleheader too. So he went back to the clubhouse, switched clubhouses, then went out to his new bullpen for game 2. Next pitch was a strike. It's 1-1. But the player he was traded for, Jaron Watts-Brown, the same thing happened to him.
It's true.
New Hampshire was in Bowie when that trade happened, so Fisher Cats and Baysox were playing the 1-1. There's a swing and a foul ball straight back. So Jaron Watts-Brown also had to just walk across the concourse of Prince George's Stadium to go from the Baysox, or to go to the Baysox clubhouse from the Fisher Cats clubhouse. So both guys involved in that trade had pretty much the exact same experience of being traded for the team that they were playing that particular week. Ball and 2 strikes to Carson DeMartini in the pitch home. I'll take that one down below the knees. It's 2-2. DeMartini 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game, was a strikeout victim. His first time up tonight. Jaron Watts-Brown's at 41 pitches. He's yet to allow a base runner in tonight's ball game. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts by Watts-Brown to start this inning. 5 in total for the Baysox starter. And that'll bring Felix Reyes to the plate for the Fightin' Phils. Reyes 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. A sharp ground out to third, his first time up. That's with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Baysox lead 1-0. And the first pitch to him is a fastball a bit outside. It's 1-0.
It's kind of weird looking at Watts-Brown's numbers. His ERA as a Fisher Cat was 3.48. As a Baysox, it's all but doubled that.
Next pitch to Reyes is swing and a miss. It's 1-1.
6.27. But then you look at the strikeouts and walks, and they were not a good ratio when he was a member of the Fisher Cats. They're excellent as a member of the Baysox.
1-1. Reyes swings and he pops it up. Shallow right towards the line. Trimble, the right fielder, is over onto the warning track. Has to reach back over his head, and he makes the tumbling catch for out number 3. And that will retire the side here in the 4th. So it's been 12 up, 12 down so far tonight for Jaron Watts-Brown. We will head to the 5th. Fightin' Phils trail it 1-0. Top half of the 5th inning. It's time for today's Fightin' Phils Alumni Report, presented by our friends at Deer Country Farm and Lawn. Go to Lehigh Valley again. The Bats have been alive and well in Omaha this week. It was an 11-4 win over the Storm Chasers last night. And how about this? Paul McIntosh hit his first AAA home run. And also Justin Crawford added 3 hits in the win for the Iron Pigs. So taking a look around the system and how some of the former RFLs are doing. Tonight's Alumni Report presented by Deer Country Farm and Lawn. So we go to the 5th. Fightin' Phils trail at 1-0. And it's 9-1-2 up for the Baysox here in the frame. It'll be Jose Perez, the first that Griff McGarry will face. McGarry got a very big inning-ending double play. And he sits at 73 pitches after escaping a bit of a jam in the 4th. The righty's first one home is swung on and lined, straight back foul out of play. It's 0-1. Sun setting on another gorgeous evening here at America's Classic Ballpark. Temperatures were in the mid-70s most of the day. Now they're up in the upper 60s currently. The 0-1 is a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Fightin' Phils wearing their tribute to Mickey Mouse jerseys. Fightin' Phils across the front with a Mickey Mouse animation on it. Red numbers on the back, white pants. They wear the traditional red F-fist caps. The 0-2 is swung on and missed by Jose Perez. That's strikeout number 5 tonight for McGarry. Great crowd on hand tonight. They'll see a Carpenter Mega Blast fireworks show after the game, thanks to our friends at Blue Ridge Remodeling. With over 14 years of experience, they pride themselves on high-quality craftsmanship and affordable pricing. So third time up for the leadoff man, Enrique Bradfield Jr. And the first pitch home is swung on and fouled back to our left. And it looked like it just missed the fan to our left. They look to be okay, thankfully. Ball landed, I think, just to their feet. But I think more startled than anything was what it looked like. Next pitch was a ball, 1-1. Ball was a hot shot back. But yeah, looks like the young fan just, like I said, more startled than anything after a play like that. Ball and a strike in and out to Enrique Bradfield Jr. Pitch home is swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Bradfield Jr. is 0 for 1 in tonight's game. He has walked and he's popped up to third base. And it's 2 times the dish tonight. Bradfield Jr., 50th game of the year. The 1-2 to him is on the outside corner, caught strike 3. So another night, Griff McGarry picking up some strikeouts. He's up to 6. McGarry entered play tonight with 38 over the month of August, a mark that was tied with Harrisburg's Jarlin Susana for most in the Eastern League over the month. So 2 quick outs in the inning on back-to-back strikeouts. And that'll bring Brandon Butterworth to the plate. First pitch home is a swing and a miss, 0-1. And now all of a sudden it feels like McGarry is really starting to get him back in control.
Yeah, I mean, he was getting ahead of hitters throughout this ballgame. And we said it a couple of times. He was getting 2 strikes on batters, but then ultimately getting the count full. But right now he's putting them away. 81
pitches from McGarry. Here's 82. And it's swung on a ground ball to short. Backhanded by a charging Brito. He sets and fires. And they get the speedy Butterworth out by about half a step. And that will retire the side here in the 5th. So Baysox down in order. Halfway home in baseball town on to the bottom of the 5th. Fightin Phillies trail at 1-0. Bottom half of the 5th inning is presented by Cornwall Manor, a unique and charming community nestled on a 190-acre wooded campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. Bottom of the 5th inning on this Saturday night between Reading and Chesapeake. Baysox on top 1-0 as Jeremy Watts-Brown is back in for his 5th inning of work. Watts-Brown has not allowed a base runner through 4 innings so far. It's been 12 up and 12 down for Jaron Watts-Brown. Perfect, as some may say. Try to hammer that point home here.
You can say as many times as you want.
I'm sure our friends next door are not doing the same.
Exactly, that's their problem. Aberson Castellano, he's warming up in the Phil's bullpen. So, again, we'll be curious to see, as we were talking about in between innings, if Griff McGarry pretty dominant top half of the 5th inning.
First pitch to Alex Pinellas is a ball. It's 1-0.
I mean, it'd be whether or not he has any say in the matter. I'm sure if they ask him, hey, you want to go another inning, I guarantee you he says, yeah, I feel great.
1-0, takes upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to Alex Pinellas.
He's made one bad pitch in the game. That's it. Trimble hit it a mile for the home run. That's the difference on the scoreboard.
Yeah, a couple of jams that he was able to work himself out of, but overall another solid start for McGarry. 2-0, up and away. 3 balls, no strikes. So we said Writing does not have a base runner tonight. Pinellas in a 3-0 count. You wonder if he has a green light in this situation for the veteran left-handed bat. And 3-0's upstairs, ball 4. So first base runner tonight for the Fightin' Phils. 4-pitch walk by Jaron Watts-Brown. And Fightin' Phils now with no hits in tonight's ball game. They're hitless tonight as Caleb Ricketts comes up on a 16-game hitting streak.
We knocked one out of the
So we
equation.
can knock another one out here quickly.
Let's go 2 for 2. And then if he gets on, then we'll talk about the fact that there's a shutout.
We'll just keep checking things off the box.
Chip away at the lead.
Here's the pitch. Ricketts will take that for a called strike. It's 0-1. Ricketts grounded out to first, his only time up tonight, back in the second. 50th game for the catcher. 4th this week. And the pitch will be taken down low. It's 1-1. It's a good week so far for Ricketts. 4 for 12, which is a .333 mark. Double, he's walked. He struck out a couple of times. He's also driven in a couple of runs as well. Here's the 1-1. That is a bit down. 2 balls and a strike. Faberson Castellano continues to throw in the Reading bullpen, so it does appear as if McGarry's night is likely over. 2-1. Ricketts, a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Called out in front of a slider at 84. So Ricketts on a 16-game hitting streak. He's hitting .343 over the streak. An OPS of .926. 10 runs scored, 7 doubles, 2 homers, and 14 runs driven in. 2-2 is a check swing on a pitch in the dirt. They will appeal, and Nate Dieterich, the third base umpire, says he went around. So that will be strikeout number 6 for Jaron Watts-Brown, and that'll bring Bryson Ware to the plate. So Bryson Ware 0 for 1 tonight. Had a good night last night. A couple of base hits, a couple of hits robbed in left field. One of a diving catch in front of him. Another with a leaping catch over his head. And the first pitch to Ware is a strike. It's 0-1. One nothing ball game, bottom half for the 5th inning here between Reading and Chesapeake. Pitch home is swung on. It's a line drive down the left field line. It is gone. Bryson Ware, a laser. Breaks up the no-hitter, breaks up the shutout, and puts the Fightin' Phils on top with his second AA home run. It's 2-1, Fightin' Phils.
Well, he's had 2 home runs in this series. They were both hit hard. That one, the only question was whether it was going to be high enough to get out of here, and it was both high enough and most definitely far enough. 107 off the bat, 367 and up and onto the deck, and Bryson Ware does a little bit of everything on one swing of the bat. Breaks up the no-hitter and the shutout.
367 feet, 107 off the bat. First pitch to Nick Dunn is swung on and fouled out of play. It's 0-1. Yeah, we checked everything off this inning, Bob.
Yes,
Perfect game was ended. The no-hitter and the shutout both ended on the same play. And you took the lead back.
Speak it into existence.
That's what we do here. 0-1. Dunn will take that one on the corner for a strike. It's 0-2. Nick Dunn 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. He flew out to center field his first time up, but a ball that he hit pretty well. The 0-2 is a cutter down and into the lefty. It's 1-0.
I think in between innings you should go over next door and take credit for it.
Hey guys, some bad news for you. We manifested what just happened.
Hope you guys kept quiet over here because we rubbed it in.
1-2 the count. Nick Dunn the pitch. Swinging a tapper right side of the infield, charging his Perez at second. He fields, and an underhand flip to first is in time. 4-3 goes the put out for out number 2, and that'll bring Eric Brito to the plate, who was last night's hero, or one of them. I think the Brito 2-run double and the Moore 2-run double, 2 of those combined, why Reading won the game. They won by 2. So Eric Brito digs in from the right side. 2 gone here in the 5th, in the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Aberson Castellano continues to throw, so it does look like McGarry's night is done. Now, hopefully, as things stand right now, he would be the winning pitcher. 0-1 is another swing and a miss by Eric Brito. It's 0-2. Brito 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. Grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Fightin Phil's on top 2-1 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Bases are empty. Watts Brown fires, and it's a fastball that sails high. It's 1-2. Up to 64 pitches for Watts Brown. Some good at-bats worked by the Phils here in this 5th inning. The 1-2 is swung on and fouled back. It'll hit off the facing of the press box and shoot back into the main grandstand. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Great crowd on hand tonight. Packed house here at the ballpark. The 1-2 is down 2-2. Of course, we got Mega Blast fireworks after tonight's game, thanks to Blue Ridge Remodeling. And it's a great night for it. Labor Day weekend, very comfortable temperatures. Couldn't ask for a better evening. 2-2. Swinging a ground ball towards short. A couple steps in for Butterworth, who gobbles it up on 2 hops. His throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side. So Brito retired on a 6-3 putout. 2 runs in the inning. Reading had 1 hit. The big one, the Bryson Ware 2-run home run. And the Fightin Phils left nobody on base. So we're through 5 full here at America's Classic Ballpark. We will go to the 6th. Reading now on top, 2-1. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania, located between Philly, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring. It offers a true test of golf on a championship-style course. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more info. Top of the 6th, Fightin Phil's on top. Reading hands the keys over to the bullpen, and the first man to drive the car is Aberson Castellano.
Castellano making his 16th appearance, 15 of those 16 as a reliever. He's 4-2 with a 5.34 earned run average. In 28 2/3 innings pitched, he's given up 28 hits, 29 strikeouts, 12 walks.
So Reed Trimble, the first he faces, 3-4-5 up for the Baysox here in this inning. And the first pitch home is a bit low and away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Trimble responsible for the only Baysox run tonight. Crushed a solo home run back in the top half of the 3rd inning off of Griff McGarry. And the 1-0 is swung on, and that one's hit well in the air, out towards left. Ware is back. The ballpark will hold it, and he'll make the catch. That's out number 1, and that'll bring Adam Retzbach to the plate. So all in all, it turns out to be a pretty solid night for Griff McGarry. He goes 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run over earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. It doesn't feel like he went 5 innings. It feels like it's less, but I think that's because of how quickly the game went.
Yes.
He was about an hour from first pitch to last pitch tonight, which is very quick for a pitcher.
Well, it helps when the other guy didn't give up any hits along the way. So
the
both
other
pitchers
side.
were just mowing people down.
First pitch to Retzbach, it's 1-0. Adam Retzbach 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Baysox 3 hits tonight. They've come from their 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Everyone else is an 0 for tonight. Ball and no strikes here to Adam Retzbach. And the 1-0 is a swing and a miss, 1-1. Really nice slider there from Aberson Castellano. Retzbach 4 for 18 in total this week. Couple of RBI. He has walked once and struck out 5 times. The 1-1 is another slider on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Retzbach's got 55 RBI this year. That leads the Baysox. Tied for the 10th most in the Eastern League. And the 1-2 Toombs, a curveball, misses a bit inside. It's 2-2. Retzbach's been really good on the road this year as well. 6th best batting average in the Eastern League when away from Prince George's Stadium this season. Much like those hotel beds, hotel breakfast must treat him well. 2-2 is a curveball. They check his swing. Appeal to first. No swing, says Tatum Littleton, our first base umpire. And the count goes 3-2. So full count went out here to Adam Retzbach. Castellano fires home, and it's a swing and a miss. Struck him out. First strikeout for Castellano, 7th for Reading pitching. After Griff McGarry went 5 innings, 3 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. We'll finish the month of August with 44 punch-outs. Mark, that'll definitely have him towards the leader in the Eastern League for the month of August. Ethan Anderson's the batter now. 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Castellano is ready at the letters, fires home. And Anderson swings and he pops it up. It was in on the hands to shallow left. Outs the Martini, in is Bryson Ware, and it'll fall between everybody for a base hit. So very much a seeing eye single there for Ethan Anderson. His 2nd base hit tonight. And that'll bring Max Wagner to the plate.
Yeah, absolutely perfect spot, because with the left-hand hitter up, the shortstop Eric Brito, who probably has the best chance to get there, is cheating towards second base, so that makes the run even further for him. Ware couldn't get there. DiMartini gives a chase, but again, perfect landing spot for a base hit. And for a guy struggling in Ethan Anderson, that feels like a line drive.
First pitch to Max Wagner is a foul ball straight back. It's 0-1. Yeah, Anderson entered play tonight, 1 for 16 on the week. He's got 2 hits and 3 plate appearances on the evening. So I'm sure Anderson, it's only his 2nd week in Double-A, his first road trip. So hopefully, for him, some of those nerves calm down a little bit. Here's the 0-1. That's inside, nearly hit Wagner. Somehow shimmies out of the way of it. It's 1-1. Leading off first is Ethan Anderson, yet to steal a base at the Double-A level. And the pitch home is a curveball that misses up. It's 2-1. Wagner 0 for 2 tonight, 2 for 12 on the week. Does have a couple of home runs against Reading this season. Both of them came down in Bowie back in mid-July. 2-1, and that one misses outside, 3-1. Fightin Phillies holding on to a 1-run edge right now. 2-1 in the top of the 6th inning. Here in the second to last game of this week's series against the Chesapeake Baysox. Castellano ready at the letters. 3-1 home. That's a curveball. Top of the zone for a strike. It's 3-2. Phillies and Braves 1-1 game. Another excellent outing tonight by Christopher Sanchez. The game is in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's a fast-moving one at Citizens Bank Park. Payoff pitch, runner goes. Swung on, ground ball towards the hole. It's short. Brito slides by him in the left field for a base hit. Another one not hit hard, just 85 off the bat, but it just finds the right spot of the infield.
Perfectly placed. It wasn't hit hard, but it was a slow roller that still was in such a good spot that DeMartini didn't get there. Even Brito hustling just couldn't get there. Just had enough on it and a perfect spot to get between the two of them. So a couple hits. Neither one of them is going to set a land speed mark by any stretch of the imagination, but nonetheless, a little two-out rally going here for the Baysox.
So Douglas Hodo's the batter, 2 on, 2 outs. After back-to-back softly hit 2-out singles against Aberson Castellano. Fightin fails, clinging on to a 1-run lead in the 6th. Castellano fires, and Hodo takes the first one for a ball outside. It's 1-0. Douglas Hodo has been aboard him both times up tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. He was walked in the 4th. The 1-0 is low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Up to 17 pitches for Aberson Castellano. Hodo, 211 hitter in total, 198 with runners in scoring position, along with 26 of his 31 runs driven in. 2-0. Swing and a miss, it's 2-1. Climb the ladder with a fastball at 93. Hodo currently riding a career best 12-game hit streak. Yet to have a hit in tonight's ball game. 2 on, 2 outs for the Baysox here in the 6th. Castellano deals, and that's a swing and a miss again. It's 2-2. And now the pitcher once again 1 strike away from getting out of this 6th inning. Next pitch will be his 20th of the frame. He's hoping it'll be his last. It's all right. He toes the first base side of the rubber. Ready at the letters. The 2-2 is bounced. Good block by Caleb Ricketts behind home plate. And it moves the count full again, which means the runners will be off and running on the pitch. Anderson on first, Wagner on second. Infield plays back. Their wheels will start to turn here. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning for Aberson Castellano. Finishes off the top half of the 6th inning. No runs for the Baysox. 2 hits, 2 left. We'll head to the home half of the 6th. Fightin Phillies on top, 2-1. This day in baseball town history is presented by Body Zone Sports and Wellness, the official workout facility of the Phillies. On this day in 2012, August 30th, 2012, 13 years ago tonight, the final home game of the regular season, Darren Ruff homers for the 38th time, setting the franchise record for home runs in a single season. Ruff's dinger is a 3-run shot in a 6-run second inning and comes off Kutztown University product Darren Gorski. It is his 20th home run in August, tying him with Sammy Sosa for the professional record for home runs in a month. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Fightin Phil's on top 2-1. 9-1-2 due up as Leandro Pineda digs in. First pitch home is a ball down from Jerron Watts-Brown, who has thrown now 67 pitches through 5+ innings thus far. Just 20 home runs in a month. That's
amazing.
Incredible.
I think Sosa's June?
2-0 is outside.
In 98?
That the same year of him and McGuire's chase?
Correct. Look that up. I can't remember if that was what. It's in my head that it's June.
2-0. Pineda watches that one by for a strike. It's 2-1. When we're talking June home runs, I'm thinking of Kyle Schwarber at that point.
Which is what's making me doubt myself when I say it's June.
2-1 is bit outside, 3-1. Ruff, who broke Ryan Howard's record at the time from the 2004 season. And that record was then broken a couple of years later by Dylan Cousins in 2016. 3-1, a swing and a miss, it's 3-2. Pineda 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. A fly out to left his first time up. Fightin Phil's holding on to a 1-run lead here in the 6th as Pineda calls time.
It was June for Sammy Sosa at 20 home runs.
Of 1998?
1998, yep.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Pineda goes down on strikes. 7th strikeout tonight for Jerron Watts-Brown. And that'll bring the top of the order and Jose Rodriguez to the plate for the 3rd time tonight. It's just, 20 home runs in a month. At most, you're playing, back in 2012, maybe 26 games in a month, 27 games. Like, you're homering almost every day. Every day. First pitch to Rodriguez, a curveball he takes for a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, especially, Ruff had 38.
In the season.
In the season, he had 20 of them in 1 month.
Rodriguez takes the 0-1 for a strike. It's 0-2. Reading does have bullpen action going. It's Andrew Baker up and throwing. So looks like Baker will get the top half of the 7th inning. 0-2 is upstairs, 1-2. Rodriguez 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game. He's grounded out to short, and he has been a strikeout victim. Both against Jerron Watts-Brown. Next pitch is down, 2-2. We'll see how long the leash is on Watts-Brown tonight. He last pitched a week ago against Richmond, no decision. 2 runs, 3 hits over 4 1/3 innings pitch. Walked 4 and struck out 4 in that no decision for Watts-Brown. 2-2 is swung on and missed. Or is it a foul ball? It's a foul ball. It was a late call by the umpire.
Everybody in the infield started heading off thinking that it was strike 3. Rodriguez didn't run, so he knew it hit the bat. And went in and out of the glove of Ethan Anderson.
2-2. Swinging a ground ball, sharply hit to the left side. Charging is a shortstop Butterworth. It's off his glove, and there is no play at first. Jose Rodriguez will be safe at first. We will see what they give that.
Yeah, Butterworth got himself in good position because he kind of looped around it so he could field it in front of him. And then I don't know if he just took a peek to see where Rodriguez was or not. Let's see if I can see it on the replay. No, he just bobbled it.
So it is an error on Butterworth, his 3rd of the year. An Eastern League high 133rd error this season for the Baysox here in game number 123. Here's the pitch of DeMartini. It's a strike, delayed steal from Rodriguez, and the throw is in time. So Rodriguez a late jump. Anderson able to get him. It's the 2nd runner that Anderson has picked off trying to steal since he made his Double-A debut last night. First pitch to DeMartini was a strike, so it's 0-1, 2 outs here in the 6th.
Yeah, Rodriguez with that delayed steal, but I thought he had it, and then all of a sudden it
was a perfect throw.
Yeah, it was a great throw by Anderson, but I thought when Anderson released it, I thought he's got this bag stolen easily. And then he didn't.
Here's the 0-1. It's swung on in a high chopper to first. Retzbach fields it chest high, and the first baseman takes to the bag all by his lonesome, and that will ultimately retire the side on what's another pretty quick inning here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, none left for the Fightin' Phils. We will go to the 7th. Reading still on top by 1. It's 2-1. Top of the 7th inning, Fightin' Phils on top 2-1. This inning is presented by White Star Travel, the official group sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Visit whitestartours.com for more. New pitcher in for the Phils in this 7th inning. It's the right-handed arm, Andrew Baker.
11th appearance of the season for Baker, second in this series. He's 0-1 with a 7.11 earned run average in 12 2/3 innings. Getting up 18 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 5 walks.
So it'll be 8-9-1 due up here for the Baysox, who face Baker. Trying to say that 10 times fast. It is a hold situation for Baker. Aberson Castellano picked up a hold in the 6th. Now Baker trying to do the same. Griff McGarry, who went 5 solid innings tonight, still in line for the win. And it's Young, Carter Young the batter, 0 for 2 tonight. Baker's first pitch home is swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1.
Baker pitched an inning on Thursday night in the 7-4 Chesapeake win. Gave up 3 hits and a couple of runs.
Third outing of the week for Baker. The 1-1 is outside. It's 2-1. Baker also pitched on Tuesday night. Gave up 2 runs, but neither were earned due to an error at third base that inning for Andrew Baker. So the righty's looking for a clean inning. The 2-1 gets a fastball right on the corner. It's 2-2. Baker, who's seesawed back and forth between Reading and Jersey Shore this year. Started the year in Jersey Shore, then came up to Reading for a brief stint. Went back to Jersey Shore, then he returned to Reading again on August the 13th. 2-2. Slider just misses on the outside edge of the plate. The count phone out of Carter Young. And it's another 3-ball count worked by a Baysox hitter tonight. Young grounded into a double play his last time up. 3-2 to him, swinging a miss, struck him out. Nice cutter there from Andrew Baker. First strikeout for him, 9th in total tonight for the Fightin' Phils, and there's 1 down for Jose Perez. Close the line here on Aberson Castellano. Went a scoreless inning, 2 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts for him. Perez 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch, a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Another really nice cutter from Andrew Baker.
Right-hander Carter Baumler up in the Chesapeake bullpen.
So Jerron Watts-Brown night might be coming to an end. The 0-1 is a fastball this time right at the knees. It's 0-2. Man, if Andrew Baker can just live down there, see a lot of success tonight. 0-2 the count here to Jose Perez, who will call for and ask for time. Perez, who's just 20 years old. Before joining the Baysox, he had never played above the Florida Complex League. And the 0-2 has been inside 1-2.
It's a pretty interesting jump.
Started the season in the Dominican Summer League, then transferred to the Complex League on June the 19th, then transferred to the Baysox on August the 26th. 2 stints the Baysox this year, and the 1-2 he swings and misses. It's another slider from Andrew Baker, that one at 83. So 2 quick strikeouts for Baker, and that'll bring Enrique Bradfield Jr. in the top of the order to the plate. Bradfield Jr. digs in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He did walk his first time up in the first. Baysox trail 2-1 here in the top of the 7th. Baker's first offering is swung on and lifted foul. It's 0-1. Fastball at 97 from Andrew Baker. Baker, an 11th round pick by the Phillies in 2021. Fires the 0-1. And Bradfield swings, and it will go foul down the right field line towards the corner. It had home run distance, 342 feet, but he yanked it a bit too far foul, so it's just a long and loud strike number 2. Oh, 2 outs. Baker looking for a perfect frame. Fires the 0-2. On the inside corner, called strike 3. Andrew Baker strikes out the side of the 7th. It's time to stretch here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Be back with the bottom of the 7th after this. Fightin Phillies holding on to a 2-1 lead. This inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. 2-1, Fightin Phillies holding on to the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. And the Baysox will go to the bullpen for the first time tonight. And Bob, it's the righty Carter Baumler in. Tell us more about him.
In making just his 3rd appearance as a Baysox, no decisions, no earned run average either. 2 2/3 innings pitched. Only giving up a hit. He struck out 2, hasn't walked a batter.
So it'll be 3-4-5 to up for the Phillies. Once again, a big thank you to tonight's game and Mega Blast sponsor, Blue Ridge Remodeling. Contact Nick Graziano on the Blue Ridge Remodeling team of experts. Call Blue Ridge Remodeling today at 610-944-2341. Make sure to visit their website 24/7 online at BlueRidgeRemodeling.com. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Fightin Phillies here in the frame. It'll be Felix Reyes, the first that Baumler would face here in the frame. Reyes 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Currently holding on to a 16-game on base streak. And the first pitch, this swing and a miss, it's 0-1. Piers Redding's bullpen is empty right now. So looks like Andrew Baker will come back out for the top of the 8th inning. The 0-1, Reyes will take that one at the knees for a strike. It's 0-2. I think that last inning we saw from Baker, one of the best, I think, and just efficient innings we've seen from him this 2025 season. 0-2 the count here to Felix Reyes. Baumler fires home. Reyes swings, fly ball, hit towards right, slicing towards the line. Trimble, the right fielder, is in, and he'll make the catch and foul ground. That'll be out number 1. And we'll bring Alex Benelis to the plate. Final line tonight on Jerron Watts-Brown. Very solid night for him. He made just one mistake.
Yeah.
The 2-run home run to
job.
Bryson Ware was the only hit he allowed. He gave up 2 runs over 6 innings, a walk, and 7 strikeouts.
Can't argue with that kind of work for Ron Watts-Brown.
Here's the pitch to Alex Pinellas, and misses up. It's 1-0.
Similar lot for Griff McGarry. Obviously, the Bryson Ware home run changes his fortunes, but because now he's in a position to win this if the bullpen can hold it out. But both starters did their job.
Very efficient game on both ends tonight. The 1-0 is a called strike. It's 1-1.
Just haven't seen a whole lot of that in our time here in Reading. I mean, maybe once you get a good start by one of the pitchers, but you haven't seen a whole lot of pitchers duels that lasted very long.
1-1 from Baumler. Up and in, 2 balls and a strike. Just the third AA appearance for Baumler. First appearance this week. Did not allow a run over 2 outings against Richmond last week. 2 2/3 innings in total. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. 2-1. Swing and a miss by Pinellas. It's 2-2. Alex Pinellas struck out back in the second. And he worked to, at this point, has been a very significant walk for the outcome of this game so far. Two is just a bit outside. It's 3-2 to Alex Pinellas. So with that walk, Pinellas up to a 17-game on base streak now. We said it's been one of the most consistent bats for the Fightin' Phils this year. 3-2 is down low, ball 4. So Alex Pinellas works himself his second walk tonight. And with 1 out, that'll bring Caleb Ricketts to the plate.
What makes Pinellas fascinating to me is that we talked about how good of a teammate he is and how he's filled a couple of different roles. But he gives off the vibe of a guy who's much older than the 25 that he is. He really, I mean, he's a veteran. Even at AA, that is kind of on the older side. But you know, you get the impression that he's been a guy that's been around the game forever, and that he might be pushing 30 instead of 25.
First pitch to Ricketts is a strike. It's 0-1. And that's one of those instances where I would call that a compliment.
Yeah,
it's like
no,
when you're,
absolutely.
You're in your 20s, maybe you're 22, 23, and someone says, you carry yourself like a 28-year-old.
Right.
You know, that's a compliment. Here's the 0-1, and it's low and away, 1-1. But then when you're like, maybe you're 35-ish, and someone says are you 45? Are you 50? Then it becomes an insult.
Well, people here said that you carry yourself like a 30-year-old. You took it as an insult.
Well, for different reasons. 1-1 the count to Caleb Ricketts. The pitch is low and in. It's 2-1.
It's terrible having a good memory.
Memory?
I remember what people say. That's all.
It's doing well for you, Bob.
I know. As old as I am, I have a lot to remember.
I mean, if you don't have a good memory, this is a tough industry to last in.
Absolutely true.
2 balls, 1 strike. The count here to Caleb Ricketts. The pitch. Another curveball, another strike. This one on the corner. It's 2-2. Ricketts on a 16-game hitting streak. This could be his last chance to try and extend that streak tonight. Once the spot in the lineup spins back around later on. 2-2. Swing and a line drive towards the left center field gap. It will be caught by Douglas Hodo. Makes a basket catch in the left center field alley. Caleb Ricketts hit it well, but Douglas Hodo showing off the range in left field for out number 2. And that'll bring Bryson Ware to the plate, who's been a difference maker in tonight's game.
Well, the one thing that you can say about Chesapeake, their outfielders are all pretty quick throughout this series. No matter who they run out there, they're all pretty quick. But Hodo made a great play on that. That ball just hung up just enough. Off the bat, you thought that's a base hit, and the hitting streak's alive for Caleb Ricketts, but just hung up. And
first pitch to Bryson Ware. He swings and he fouls it back out of play. It's 0-1.
But sometimes you just got to give credit to the defense. This is a good running catch by Hodo.
So Bryson Ware has been the difference maker tonight. His 2-run home run in the 5th has been all that Reading has needed. It's been their only hit, and they're up 2-1. They will check on Alex Pinellas. And in the 5th, it was a Pinellas walk and then a Ware home run. Pinellas walked, and now Bryson Ware bats with 2 outs here in the 7th. It's been a good last couple of nights for Bryson Ware. And the pitch. Up at the lighters for a ball. It's 1-1. Alex Pinellas on first. He has not stolen a base in a while, just one on the season. Baumler's ready at the belt, fires home. It's a curveball for a called strike, 1-2. Totally fooled Bryson Ware there. Had him leaning out of the way of it and then just dropped right over. Ware, 286, 2 homers, 6 runs driven in. And this is 11th game of the Fightin' Phils. He's had some pretty nice hits in big spots the last few weeks for Reading. 1-2. Another curveball, and Ware bails out of the way of it, but it does miss a bit inside. And the count's 2-2. Ware promoted to Reading August 5th, so he's coming up on the end of his first month here in Double-A. 2-2. On the outside corner, called strike 3. Ware is retired, and so are the Fightin' Phils here in the 7th. No runs, no hits. One left for the Phils. We will head to the top of the 8th inning. Reading 6 outs away from picking up their second straight win. They lead it 2-1. We go to the top of the 8th. Fightin' Phils on top 2-1. And to take over in the play-by-play, it's Bob McCool.
Thank you very much, Jake. If you're looking for a dinner experience that blends history with flavor, B2 in West Reading. Inside the historic narrow fabric building offers a hip industrial vibe with a garden-to-table menu. Enjoy handcrafted coffee at their B2 Cafe or savor fresh, locally sourced dishes inspired by American and Mediterranean bistro-style cooking. Plus, their bar features rotating craft beers, eclectic wines, and expertly crafted cocktails. B2 Bistro and Bar, proud 2025 Fight Phil's team feed partner. Andrew Baker, who struck out the side in the 7th, back to work in the 8th. And he gets Brandon Butterworth swinging and missing at the first pitch. 2-1 is our score. A run on 5 hits and an error for the Baysox. 2 runs on just 1 hit, the Bryson Ware home run. No errors by the Phils. Butterworth fouls the second pitch from Baker back to the backstop. Trickling back to the backstop is 0-2. Butterworth 0 for 3 on the night. Now 5 for 16 in this series. The North Carolina State product. Will turn 23. Actually just turned 23 yesterday. So a happy belated birthday to Brandon Butterworth, who was acquired from the San Diego Padres by the Orioles organization at the end of July at the trade deadline. He drives this one into straightaway center field and deep. Back goes Pineda, back goes Rodriguez. It's off the wall and will trickle away from Pineda. And with Butterworth's speed, he's going to roll into third base with a stand-up triple. Both Pineda and Rodriguez went to the wall and nobody played the carom. And so when it hit off the wall, it rolled back towards the infield, obviously, and away from both outfielders. And that allows Butterworth with the good speed to get the third without a problem. So a lead-off triple for Brandon Butterworth after Baker got ahead of him 0-2. Butterworth takes him to right for his first triple as a member of the Baysox. Now with the tying run at third and nobody out, the Phils will have to bring the infield up for Reed Trimble, who's been a problem in this series in terms of productivity. Solo home run, the lone run for the Baysox in this ball game. His second home run of the series, his 7th RBI of the series as well. Looking for another one here. First pitch from Baker is a cutter that he swings and misses at. So gets ahead of Trimble 0-1. And fouls that one straight back. So he gets ahead of Trimble 0-2. So just like he did with Butterworth to start, he gets ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Strikeout obviously would be huge here for Baker. Trimble now calls timeout. Oh, 2 pitch down low. Trimble lays off. One-two pitch. Just misses up high. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to the switch hitter Reed Trimble, batting left against Baker. Again, infield up. Outfield pretty deep, so a fly ball to the outfield with Butterworth's speed should be enough to score the run. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He tried to hold up, but he could not. And there's the strikeout Baker was looking for out number 1. 4 strikeouts now for Andrew Baker. The infield will stay up now with 1 out and Adam Retzbach at the plate. Retzbach with a single, infield single in the first. Ground out to short, struck out. 1 for 3 on the night, 4 for 19 in the series. Retzbach, the RBI leader for Chesapeake with 55 on the year. Hopper to Martini, he's going to come home with it. Caleb Ricketts will apply the tag, and he is out at home. Butterworth is going to argue with him. The throw clearly beat him. It was a little bit of a high throw, but Ricketts had it in time and applied the tag, and Butterworth pretty adamant that he missed him and or tug him high. Let's see if we can see it on the replay here. The throw definitely beat him. He's out. I don't know why Butterworth is so adamantly arguing. He definitely was out at the plate. And so with that, it looks like that's going to be the end of the line for Andrew Baker as well. Al Padrique making the walk to the mound here, and he is calling on the lefty to face Ethan Anderson. It'll be a pitching change for the Phils with the play out at home. There's 2 outs in the inning and a runner at first base when we come back after this. Well, the Iverny University Gold Wolves call. The bullpen has been made by Al Padrique. They're going to bring a lefty in, and it's Tristan Garnett.
Tristan Garnett in for Reading, making his 16th appearance, 1-1 record, a 3.18 ERA, 17 innings pitched, 17 hits allowed, 1 homer, 8 walks, 23 strikeouts. Opponents 262 against Garnett this year.
Well, his degree of difficulty has changed considerably after that play at the plate. Again, the chopper to Carson DiMartini, who came home with it. Caleb Ricketts applying the tag. Brandon Butterworth out at home. So Retzbach now at first base. The tying run is now at first with 2 outs, as opposed to being at third base. And Ethan Anderson at the plate. Anderson, the switch hitter, now batting right-handed against the left-hander in Garnett, who misses down low for a ball. Swing and a miss. Slider that Anderson swings over the top of. Anderson with a couple hits in this series after starting 1 for 16, but 2 for 3 in tonight's game. 1 ball, 1 strike is down low. It's 2-1. Chesapeake taking the lead off of first. Garnett takes a look over, comes to the plate. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball and a good one. It's 2-2. Got him looking at a slider. And so Garnett, a strike away from getting the Phils out of this inning here. And misses here. It's 3-2.
So count full, meaning that the runner Chesapeake will be off and running here on the pitch. So let's see if Garnett can win this battle here. Retire the only batter he faces.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And Anderson goes chasing, and Garnett does get the last out for the Baysox in the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Phil's looking for some insurance. They lead it 2-1. Well, the Alvernia University Gold Wolves call the bullpen for the Baysox mate again. This time it'll be a left-hander coming in for Chesapeake. It's Micah Ashman.
Ashman between 2 AA stops this year, Erie and Chesapeake. 11th appearance at this level, 0-1, a 2.57 ERA. 14 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, no homers, 3 walks, 20 strikeouts. Opponents 163 against him. Made 2 appearances with Erie, now making his 9th with Chesapeake.
He will face the bottom 3 in the lineup for the Fightin Phils. That's Nick Dunn, Eric Brito, and Leandro Pineda. 2-1 lead for the Phils. Again, just the 1 hit for Reading, but it was the 2-run home run for Bryson Ware in the 5th. There's a difference in the ball game right now. As we said, going to break, Phil's looking for a little insurance here for the 9th. And it does look like it'll be Tristan Garnett to pitch the 9th. Nobody up right now in the Reading bullpen.
So it looks like the hope is a 4-out save for Garnett.
Dunn 0 for 2 in the game so far. Takes the first pitch over for a called strike. Also seems weird just looking at my book that guys are just getting up for the third time in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Reading just 1 hit tonight, 3 base runners, well 4 including the error.
The 0-1 pitch coming, lefty on lefty matchup. Ashman to Dunn gets him to swing and chase a slider out of the strike zone. It's no balls and 2 strikes. A little squibber off the end of his bat, foul. So again, right now the play of the game and maybe the play of this series if it holds up, that play at the plate. On the chopper to DiMartini, the tag out after the Brandon Butterworth triple. Throw him out at home and right now preserve the lead. No balls and 2 strikes to Dunn. Bounces that one up there. An easy take from Nick Dunn. It's 1-2. Dunn to be followed by Eric Brito, then Leandro Pineda. Swing and a miss. Dunn goes chasing on a high pitch. And that's out number 1 here in the 8th. Philadelphia Phillies trying to win it here in the bottom of the 10th, and they will. That Trey Turner with a base hit. The base is loaded. Phil's walking off in the bottom of the 10th, 3-2.
How about that?
There's Brito lifting one down the right field line. Trimble is there, right just barely in fair territory to make the catch for out number 2.
So we got a Penn State win today. We got a Phillies win today. Just one more left to check off tonight.
You don't want to mention the Temple win?
Well, that seems
because you don't care.
I'm not an alum of Temple. I'm an alum of the Pennsylvania State University.
Yeah, well, which one's closer?
Which one did I go to?
Doesn't matter. I didn't ask you that. I was talking about geography. two outs for Pineda. Pineda 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. Actually flew out and struck out, my bad.
I mean, there could be a long backup on the Schuylkill Expressway,
Right.
And it could take me quicker to get to State College than North Philly.
Could. All right. Which one's rarer? 1 ball and no strikes to Pineda. Swinging a foul tip off the end of his bat. It's 1-1. I looked it up because you had asked. It was the first road win for Temple since 2021.
Wow. At UMass today.
Yep. 42-10 in the debut of former Delaware coach Casey Keeler, who's the new coach at Temple University. 1 ball and 1 strike to Pineda. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. But what I didn't realize is the quarterback for Temple, who had 6 touchdown passes in that game, is Evan Simon, who played at Manheim Central right down the road. He was at Rutgers, transferred.
Yes, his first year as a starter there because they had Kurt Warner's kid, EJ, who transferred, I believe, to Rice.
Yeah, he actually transferred 2 years ago.
That is true. Right. He was their starter 2 years ago and transferred out to Rice.
1-2 to Pineda. Just misses outside.
He's actually now at Fresno State. Went to Temple, Rice, and then now Fresno State.
So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pineda with 2 outs here in the 8th. Foul tip. Good job by Pineda to protect the plate, make sure he doesn't go down lucky. So Tristan Garnett going to pitch the 9th. He will face 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Baysox in the 9th. Ashman winds and delivers 2-2. Pineda fouls another one out of play.
Baysox will go 6, 7, 8. Start next inning against Tristan Garnett.
2-2. Checked his swing. They appeal. He did not go around. So the count is full now to Pineda. Top of the order, and Jose Rodriguez in the on-deck circle if Pineda reaches. 3 balls and 2 strikes to him. Outside ball 4. Pineda works the walk.
First walk issued by Ashman, third by Baysox pitching. Sent 5 base runners tonight for Reading. 3 on a walk, 1 on an error, and the 1 home run by Bryson Ware. Reading's got 1 hit tonight, and right now that's all they've needed.
Jose Rodriguez, who's been safe once on an error, officially 0 for 3, grounded out to short, struck out, and safe on an error by the shortstop Butterworth. And the first pitch to him is there for a called strike 1.
And oh, by the way, Mets lost tonight.
They did.
So that's a 6-game lead back in the East.
They lost 11-8 today to the Marlins. They've lost 2 out of the first 3 in that series to Miami. No balls and a strike to Jose Rodriguez. Rodriguez checked his swing. Doesn't matter. It's a strike.
Looks like Anderson was crossed up on that one from his pitcher Ashman. He started to stand up. And if you know it's a curveball, you're not going to start to stand up. So he may have been expecting fastball, saw it kind of come out of the hand high, and thought, oh, shoot, I got to stand up. And it's, oh, wait, never mind.
No balls and 2 strikes to Rodriguez. That's way up high. Rodriguez will lay off. By the way, in that Mets game, it was a 9-8 game going to the 9th. And the Marlins added 2 more against Edwin Diaz. I would love to know the splits. Edwin Diaz against the Phillies and the rest of the world.
The Mets against the Phillies and the rest of the world.
Well, yeah, that's
this
true.
year.
Pineda takes off, and Rodriguez, with 2 strikes, has to swing and fouls it away. So Pineda will have to come back to first. But Edwin Diaz is absolutely unhittable, obviously, especially in New York, but against the Phillies, and not so much against anybody else. He's okay against others, but he's ridiculously good against the Phillies. So the Phillies win in extras, the Mets lose. Rodriguez drives this one, that's going to find a gap. How fast can Pineda run? Because that one's going to run all the way to the wall. Michael Jones is going to wave him around. The relay throw will be cut off. It's an RBI double, and the Phillies add on.
An absolutely huge double there for Jose Rodriguez. His 5th RBI, number 13 for him, and it gives Reading just a little bit of breathing room right now. You were clinging on to that 1-run lead all night. Your bullpen's been awesome. Your defense has been great. But just to get that extra run for Tristan Garnett, I'm sure him on the bench right now, Garnett's feeling a lot better right now.
Yeah, you could not have rolled that out there any better if you were Jose Rodriguez, because that's exactly what it did. It hit the gap, and then it rolled all the way to the wall to allow Pineda to get around to score from first base. So a 3-1 lead now, and see if DeMartini can add on with Rodriguez at second base and 2 outs. DeMartini with a healthy hack that is fouled straight back to the backstop.
Actually hit off the metal pole.
That's
like between each section of the netting, and then it rolled about halfway back to the pitcher's mound.
Sound like a hockey game and hit the pipes.
I love that sound, especially at a baseball game.
So it's no balls and a strike to Carson DeMartini, who's 0 for 3 on the night. Lifts this one into left field. Hodo will wait for it, drifting underneath it, and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Phils get the insurance that they were looking for. They get the run on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 man left. We head to the 9th. Winning time in baseball town, 3-1. Fightin's on top. Tonight's attendance here at FirstEnergy Stadium, 7,115. Thanks to our friends at PSECU for presenting tonight's attendance. PSECU, proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. Well, here we roll to the 9th. Tristan Garnett looking for his first save of the season. And obviously he needs 3 outs to do it. He has a little bit of extra insurance in his back pocket now with a 3-1 advantage. Max Wagner, Douglas Hodo, Carter Young, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Baysox here in the 9th. Garnett came on to get the last out of the 8th, striking out Ethan Anderson in the process. So lefty will face 2 righties, and then the left-hander due up third and Carter Young. Wagner 1 for 3 on the night. Baysox with 6 hits. Phillies with just 2, but they have a 3-1 advantage. First pitch from Garnett to Wagner is in the outside corner, just outside the outside corner, ball 1. One-0 pitch is up high, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch is at the knees, strike 1. Two-one pitch, healthy cut for Wagner, comes up empty, it's 2-2. Wagner with 5 home runs on the year. Also has 18 doubles and a couple of triples on the year in the extra base category. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one lifted straight up behind the plate. Ricketts off with the mask. He'll give chase, and he will just run out of room as it lands in the last row of the box seats behind home plate and then bounces backwards. So Wagner's still alive by about 5 feet on the other side of the backstop, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch bounces up there. Now it's 3-2. Well, if you're Wagner, you got to think, look, he does not want to walk me here. The last thing you want to do in this situation is walk anybody, which would then bring the tying run to the plate. So from that perspective, as a hitter, you got to be thinking, look, he's got to be around the plate here. 3-2 pitch. It's over for a call. It's strike 3. I rest my case. You cannot get called out looking in that situation. You've got to be up there thinking he's got to come with something here because he doesn't want to walk me. And that was a pitch that was thigh high and in the middle of the plate. Strikeout number 2 for Garnett and out number 1 here in the 9th. That'll bring up Douglas Hodo. Hodo's been on base twice tonight. Shows bunt, jumps out of the way of it. 1 ball, no strikes. Hodo was hit by a pitch and walked and struck out in his 3 plate appearances. So officially, he's 0 for 1. All right, just stick around for our White Star Travel post-game show when the final out of this game is recorded. 1-0 pitch. Drives this one high and deep. Back goes Ware to the track, to the wall. They'll make the catch for out number 2. Well, Douglas Hodo, who does have 9 home runs on the season and does have a home run in this series, drove that one high, but just far enough for Ware to get there with the shadow of the wall at his back. Makes the catch for out number 2, and now it's up to Carter Young. Young with a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. He's 0 for 3 on the night. First pitch, over, called strike 1. Arson DiMartini at third base, up even with the bag, just in case Young thinking about trying to drop one down the third base line to bunt his way on. With a 2-run lead for the Phils. 0-1 pitch. Bounce it up there, it's 1-1. Griff McGarry started, he went 5. Pitched a solid game with the exception of the home run by Reed Trimble, the only mistake he made. Emerson Castellanos pitched the 6th. Andrew Baker an inning and 2/3. Garnett trying to get the final 4 outs. He's got 3 of the 4. And now he's behind Young 2-1 as he misses just low and away. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Carter Young. If he reaches, they're going to pinch hit for Jose Perez. 2-1 pitch. Fouls this one straight back. It's 2-2. Austin Overn is in the on-deck circle for the Baysox. If Young could reach base, Overn would pinch hit. Fightin faithful on their feet, 7,000 plus. Looking for the final punch out. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tristan Garnett celebrates on the mound as the Fightin' Phils get the W. Back-to-back wins in the series for Reading as Garnett gets the 4-out save for the Baysox in the ninth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. The final score, the Fightin' Phils 3, the Baysox 1. Back with a post-game show right after this on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Tonight's postgame show is presented by White Star Travel, the official group sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Visit whitestartours.com for more information. Well, a very efficient and fine performance tonight, especially from the pitchers. The pitchers of both sides, as a matter of fact, in a 3-1 victory for the Reading Fightin' Phils over the Chesapeake Baysox. And a splashdown has occurred, and Jake Starr opting to talk to both Andrew Baker and Tristan Garnett, the two guys who combined to work the final three innings for the Fightin' Phils, and they got dumped on the shower, and Jake in between got doused by them all. So I kind of enjoyed that more as much as the players enjoyed dumping it on Baker and Garnett, but they were great. They pitched, again, the final three innings, but Griff McGarry, Aberson Castellano, Andrew Baker, and Tristan Garnett combined on what turns out to be a 6-hit game. They struck out 15 combined batters and walked just 2. So an outstanding effort tonight by the Fightin' Phils pitching staff, and it allows them to come away with a 3-1 victory. Hard-fought victory at that. Give Jerron Watts-Brown, the pitcher for the Baysox, a lot of credit. Young man comes in with an ERA over 6, and yet still pitched 6 innings, gave up just 1 hit, and it was the 2-run home run for Bryson Ware, and that's the difference on the scoreboard in terms of Watts-Brown's situation. And he also struck out 7 along the way. So he matched Griff McGarry pitch for pitch, both pitchers making simply 1 mistake, and it led to the long ball. Let's run down the scoring here on our White Star Travel postgame show. It started in the 3rd inning after we were scoreless through the first 2, and with 2 outs, it was Reed Trimble at the plate against McGarry, and he swung on it. The switch hitter batting left-handed hit a bomb that one-hopped off the brick wall in right field. Leandro Pineda, the right fielder for the Fightin' Phils, didn't even move. Off the bat, you knew that was crushed as Reed Trimble hits his 2nd home run of the series, his 8th of the year, his 28th RBI of the year, and that made it a 1-0 game, and it stayed that way. As I said, Jerron Watts-Brown had not given up a base runner. He had retired the Fightin' Phils 12 straight to start the 5th inning. Alex Pinellas led off that 5th inning by drawing a base on balls to become the Phils' first base runner. He then struck out Caleb Ricketts, and Bryson Ware stepped to the plate, and Ware hit a line drive to left field. The only question was whether it was high enough to be a home run. It was definitely the first hit of the game. It was either a double off the wall or a home run. Well, it was high enough to reach the deck in left field for Bryson Ware, his his second home run since being promoted from Jersey Shore, and the 2 RBIs gave him 6 on the year, and it gave the Phils the lead at 2-1. So after McGarry had likely pitched his last batter in the 5th inning, and it turned out he did, the home run by Ware allows him to pick up the win if the bullpen can hold on. Well, it stayed that way at 2-1 through the 6th and the 7th, both scoreless. And then the Phils came up with the insurance run they were looking for in the 8th inning. After Micah Ashman retired the first 2 batters he faced, Leandro Pineda then walked. And the next batter up, Jose Rodriguez, hit a line drive in the gap in left center field, and it rolled all the way to the wall. And the slow roll to the wall allowed Pineda to come all the way around from first base to get the run home. Rodriguez, 5th double of the year, his 13th RBI of the year. And the Fightin' Phils had gotten the insurance they were looking for to make it a 3-1 game, and now it was back to Garnett, who came on to get the last out of the 8th, and he got that with a strikeout. He struck out Max Wagner. Then Douglas Hodo hit a long, towering fly ball that Ware caught in the shadows of the fence in left field for out number 2, and he gets Carter Young on the strikeout to end the ball game, and the Phils take the W. So after Chesapeake won on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Fightin' Phils come back with a win last night at 6-4, and now a win tonight by a final score of 3-1, and now they're in a position where they can split the series if they can take Game 6 tomorrow here. 5:15 is first pitch, and an addition to the Phils, Matt Manning, who was just activated, a former big leaguer for the Detroit Tigers, will pitch for the Reading Fightin' Phils tomorrow afternoon. Right-hander will go up against the right-hander for the Baysox as well. It'll be Michael Foret who will pitch for the Baysox. So that's the Makari Foret, who will pitch for the Baysox. So that's the matchup tomorrow. Again, 5:15 is the first pitch tomorrow. The final 5:15 game of the season, the final Sunday game on September the 14th, will be a 1:15 start. So an outstanding game tonight, played in front of 7,115, goes to the home team. The Reading Fightin' Phils on 3 runs on just the 2 hits. The home run by Ware and the double by Rodriguez, but it was enough. They did not commit an error. They left only 2 men on base. For Chesapeake, a run on 6 hits. They committed 1 error. They left 7 men on base. Chesapeake falls to 22-34 on the season. Fightin' Phils with a win, improved to 24-32 in half number 2. Griff McGarry gets the win, his first win as a Fightin' Phil in 2025. He's 1-4. Juwan Watts Brown, the hard luck loser, he is now 1-2. Tristan Garnett picks up his first save in 2025. And again, the time of the game played in 2 hours and 20 minutes, as I said. Played in front of 7,115, or hanging around for a Mega Blast fireworks. It's moments away. That will do it for our coverage. Thanks to Aiden Miller for the pregame guest tonight with Jake on the pregame show. We'll be back with more Reading Fightin' Phils baseball on our flagship 830 WEU.com tomorrow. 5 o'clock pregame show, 5:15 first pitch. Better yet, as always, we'd love to see you here in baseball time. Time is running short to get to Reading to see the Fightin' Phils in 2025. Only 7 more home games left on the schedule. Hope to see you in baseball town very soon. The Fightin' Phils win it tonight over Chesapeake by a final score of 3-1. For Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks as always for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a great night.